Hey everyone, today we are on the west side of town.
West side?
Okay, Brett. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about what it's like to live out here in the west side of the greater Houston area. So let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Amber Moore.
And I'm Bret Wallace.
And we're
your Houston local guide.
Okay, so before we get into it here today, go ahead, subscribe to our channel, and hit that little notification bell. By now, you know we release a new video every single week. So Brett, let's talk about what we're gonna be highlighting today.
Yeah, so as Amber mentioned, we're on the west side of town. So specifically, we are in Cross Creek Ranch in Fulshear, Texas. So, but the purpose of this video is to kind of get you acquainted with the west side living of Houston, right. Shopping, retail, a lot of the home communities, and just kind of introduce you and kind of familiarize you with what's going on the west side. Like Amber said, this is where all the expansion's happening. So stay tuned, let's get into it.
Okay, so the weather was not cooperating with us, so we had to take refuge here at this beautiful Perry home out here in Fulshear. So we're gonna run through our top list out here, I guess. We're just gonna be a little impromptu today. That's how we roll.
Side note, there will be a full model home tour of this property in another video.
Very good point.
Crazy patio, but right now it's nice to have the, you know, I don't know, what is this, a 40 by 20? It's a huge patio.
It's like a football field out here. It's a huge, covered patio. So thank you, Perry, for letting us hang out here for a little bit. So when we think west side of town, I think the west side of Harris County, Waller, and Austin County. So that's really what we're going to be covering here today. And then when we think in terms of the cities that are incorporated in that, of course, we have the west side of Houston, right?
Yeah.
Cypress, Katy, Hockley, and Fulshear. Now, let me just put a caveat here. We're not gonna be able to cover every single thing because the west side of town is expansive and
not
massive.
Even close.
Yeah. So I know people are gonna be like, hey, why didn't you cover this? We know, this is just like a high level summary.
Yeah, make a comment if you think we left something out, and we'll try to chime in and talk about it in the
or maybe it'll be another video,
yeah.
Exactly. And also just wanted to point out the fact that everything we're gonna be talking about, you're gonna find links for those items in the description area below, which again is where our phone number and everything is. We already went through that. So, Brett, number one, I think the main thing people think of, well, anywhere in Houston, is we have some great shopping here, don't we?
Yeah,
so,
definitely. The retail, Katy is an epicenter. Like on the west side, I would think that Katy's kind of like, and we go into it, we're doing the west, but it's kind of northwest and then southwest a little bit, but you know, directly west is Katy.
Right.
And they have great schools. Obviously, we've talked about that, but the shopping, the retail, La Centera is just a huge shopping center, like some posh, some nice retail stuff.
Very nice.
Also, a little bit further north from there, a couple exits up, is, I mean, it's pretty well known around here, is Katy Mills, an outlet.
Yeah.
And Amber, I mean, I go there all the time, and I'll talk about, I know she's gonna probably talk about, I go there more, and I'm a shopaholic, I'm terrible. But
he is worse than me.
It is, they have an indoor, it's Houston's only indoor
That's right.
outlet mall, and you will find just as much, you know, good stuff as if you go to the premium stores and other malls.
That's
so
right.
If you're near Katy, go there first. If you don't find it there, then go find it there. Then go pay full price.
If it's the summer, definitely head to Katy Mills Mall because again, it's indoor, which means air conditioning. Thank you. You don't want to be sweating it out. I mean, in the summer out here trying to shop, right? Although you can get some great deals, like Brett said. But wanted to highlight the fact, and I haven't been there, but you have. And I don't know how I haven't. Restoration Hardware has
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. I beat you to it. Go ahead.
No. Restoration Hardware. So everyone knows Restoration Hardware,
yes.
And we also know, you know, hey, cash in your 401ks if you're gonna go buy a bedroom set there. So literally, I went in there and a bench seat that my wife wanted. I'd seen it in one of the brochures. That, you know, they mail you those big, you know, they feel like they're $25. I'm like, that's why your prices are so high. You don't send me this catalog 4 times a year. But literally, there sometimes might be a tiny scratch like on the underside, or there might not even be anything wrong. Right. But if they're at the Restoration Hardware, there's a surplus of inventory, they move it to this outlet location, and I mean, literally, you can just drive your truck or your trailer up, buy it, and set it in there. And literally, I see sometimes 60, 70, even 80% off on something.
Okay. We're going after this. Okay, I'm all there. I love Restoration Hardware.
Yeah, I'm the shopaholic, but she's the deal finder. So yeah, that just set it off for you.
Yeah, exactly. And then we also have premium outlets out at the 290 and Grand Parkway area. I live closer to those outlets, and I have to highlight for all of my Tory Burch fans out there, Brett's like, I don't even know where you're going with this. I'm telling you, this outlet is incredible. You will typically find a line out the door. They are like, only let so many people in at a time. And it's so crazy. I've never seen anything like it. A woman's like, hey, can I try on the shoe in a size 8? They're like, we only have a size 6. Okay, well, I think we can make it work. I mean, it's like, people will conform themselves to fit within the Tory Burch brand. It's incredible. And I bought a few things out there. You can find some great deals. So again, great shopping to be had. So Bret, let's talk about the brewing company out here. I know you're a little bit more familiar with this. You're on the west side.
Yeah.
All of you.
So okay. Microbreweries and like smaller breweries has really been like all the rage in the last few years. Houston is the epicenter of, there's a bourbon revolution also going on in Houston, just FYI. Like I've talked to some people, Buffalo Trace up north, and they're like, what are y'all doing in Houston? Anyway, but brewing, there's so many like local label, like there's no label brewing.
Right.
There's a Katy. They have a beer called a Ridgeback that is one of the best. It's so crisp. It's a great. It's a great beer, and it's cool because a lot of and even throughout Houston, which we're not getting into that right now, but there's so many, and so many microbreweries or smaller places. Your St. Arnold's, your Carmacks, but one thing in common with all these places is they usually have tours or tastings, and it's just a fun daytime or morning. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great place to go and just tour.
I don't even drink, so that's why I'm letting Bret cover it. I would just drive Bret to the brewery.
Get out of frame real quick. So basically, let my gut get in here. But yeah, so no label brewing is awesome, and I'm sure there's even more than that. But like I said, shopping, retail, dining, and breweries, pretty cool stuff. And the West Side is definitely gonna keep you busy with those things.
So in terms of family entertainment and activities, we Typhoon, Texas, out in Katy.
Yeah, definitely.
Massive water park. So a lot of times people think, oh, I got to go all the way down to New Braunfels and go to Schlitterbahn. No, I mean, Katy has this massive water park. It is family friendly. All ages can go out there. There's so many different specific rides and attractions. I was on their website. Again, the link is going to be below.
And it's literally right next to Katy Mills, the outlet. So it's at I-10 and Grand Parkway, basically. So
great location.
Yeah, so it literally, like, you can stand in the park. You can probably park and go to both.
Yeah.
But that would be like a whole weekend. So maybe just get a hotel on the Saturday night. Go. But you'll get drained from doing both. But definitely it's close proximity.
Yeah,
to the
you
outlet.
can even rent cabanas out there, I heard. So it's like really like a vacation from your home. You don't have to go that far,
Definitely.
which is awesome. So again, we're out here in Fulshear right now, and I read up on this, Bret. It's really cool. They actually do a farmer's market out here every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's been going on. It's been, just picking up steam over the last few years. And you can get all kinds of things out here. And what I love is that everything's sourced or sold, grown. Everything comes within a 200-mile radius, which is great because then you're supporting local business. And trust me, 200 miles from here, you're still in Texas. I mean, we are massive.
You got San Antonio, you got Austin,
Yeah, so I was reading, like, you can buy things like, of course, your typical fruits, vegetables. I saw Wagyu beef on there. I was like, okay, now, we're not vegetarian. Sorry, everybody. You can get, eggs, pies, sauces, canned goods, flours. I mean, you name it, you're gonna find it out there. And I think it would just make for a really great day, just for a couple, a family,
Locally sourced honey, which is always good for people that are like allergies. Yeah. Get a little bit of the cross-pollination or whatever it's called.
There you go.
It's kind of like a vaccine. Yeah.
If only. So the other thing is there's a lot of great venues on the west side of town. I just wanted to highlight the fact that the Berry Center is actually in Cypress, again, a little bit closer to where I live. Again, everything is bigger in Texas. Okay, so the Berry Center is like 4 venues in one space. You're like, well, what does that mean? It's like a football stadium. It's got an arena. So like if you go to school out there in Cypress ISD, you're probably gonna have an event over there at the Berry Center, even like graduations. It's massive. Concerts go on here, lots of big acts. Just go look at the link, you'll see the photos, and you'll be like, she's not kidding, this place is huge. It is. The West Side has so much to offer, and again, we're just kind of touching on a few things here and there, but it's endless, the opportunity. And as we're gonna talk about a little bit more in a second, there's so much development and expansion going here. It's going like gangbusters. Again, we are realtors, so we live and breathe this every day, and we get asked all the time, what's it like on the West Side? Well, hey, we're gonna come out here and give you a tour, right?
Yeah, because of the South and Southeast, at some point you're gonna hit Galveston Bay, right? And, so you're limited there, and going to the East, it's very, there's a ton of jobs on the East Side, and it's very industrial,
right?
And there's just so much, everything's Northwest, West, and Southwest, so I think this sector has the most potential growth. And look at a map, it's going to be that. So I want to ad-lib, go off script a little, which is my middle name. Hey, go off Bret, go off script Wallace. She just mentioned the Berry Center, how big it is, and how just everything's bigger. Legacy, I believe it's called Legacy, the high school football stadium north of I-10 that's in Katy. Katy High School is one of the most famous programs. It ranks up there kind of like with Austin Westlake, which is where Drew Brees went to high school in Austin. Odessa Permian, like all these legendary football programs for high school. Katy's up there. And the Katy School District, I think, don't quote me, Google me, prove me wrong.
I'll have to put an asterisk on the screen after this.
Clown me in the comments. But I think it was like a $70 million high school football stadium. Yeah, but yeah, so it's literally like a college. It's like a college facility. Right. I mean, I really want to go take a tour of it. On the other side.
I just want to go back to high school now.
Yeah,
if only we could go back.
It's like Varsity Blues or Friday Night Lights. Like, this is legit. I think it's the most expensive stadium meant for high school football in the country.
That's a really good point. And some of you out there might be watching, you might have kids this age, you might be like, hey, I want to get in the Katy School District. And we can definitely show you some homes out here. I mean, for sure. So
nice plug.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching our video on the west side of Houston. We are so fired up about this part of town. We wanted to do the outro here. We're in front of Elyson, which is a Newland community. We're right at the Grand Parkway in FM 29 in North Katy. This, my friends, this is where everything's headed. All the new construction, they're gonna build so far west. We'll be in Sealy and Columbus before you know it. If you want new construction, you want newer homes, this is where there's land. And it's just, it's going gangbusters out here.
Absolutely, yes. If you've liked the content of this video, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to get our email address and our phone number. Please don't hesitate to reach out anytime. We can't wait to see you again here next week. Take care.